So I'm about to cross a really cool threshold in business, $10 million cash collected. And this video is going to be incredibly valuable for you if you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, value creator of some kind that wants to get to 100K a month and beyond in 2025. In 2021, for me, I was using the model I term and coined bro scaling, right? I had a huge team. Everything was like ads and funnel dependent, and content was the least of my priorities. And because of that, getting clients was really hard. We had to stop at nothing short of kind of begging and following up with people 27 times to get them on a phone call and eventually get them to our program. And when I made the changes I'm going to talk about in this video today, everything got easier. So I'm sitting in Tulum, Mexico right now in this beautiful apartment complex. And I just rewatched a client training that I'm about to share with you. And I was rewatching this, and in this video that was exclusively for clients, I broke down raw and real, unedited, straight to the point, the 10 biggest content mistakes that most coaches and creators make and how to fix them. And then I walked through exactly, and I mean exactly step by step, what I would do if I was you and wanted to get to 100K a month. So along with this video, there's a doc. You can check it out below. There's no opt-in required. It's extensively detailed. This video is really, really good. So if you're wanting to get to 100K a month in the next 6 to 12 months, if you know that 2025, you want that to be your first or next $1 million year, this video is going to be amazing. So I want you to sit back, lean in, take notes, whatever you need to do to engage fully and get the most out of it. And I'll see you on the other side.
Let's freaking go. So, content creation is both an art and a science. Very, very, very important that you realize that there is a difference between simply memorizing and learning the different types of content and obsessing over what day to post them and when, and actually learning the art of content creation, right? You have to let go of the idea that it's simply about posting certain things on certain days and embrace learning the skills you need to express your unique voice and reaching a unique tribe with your unique message and offer. This drives me crazy when people are like, what do you think about this message? I can think about it from a marketing perspective, but the best feedback you could ever get is from someone you're actually trying to reach, right? And so you have to learn this art. It is like hearing that the secret to marriage is communication, right? That's the science, it's the principle, communication. But there's so many different types of communication. How do you communicate? You can shout at your partner all day, and that is communication. That's not going to lead to a long, lasting, happy, fulfilled marriage. This is where the art comes in. You have to learn the nuance of content creation. In this video, I want to walk you through the most common mistakes that I see people make. I want you to figure out whether it's resonating with you, whether this is me speaking to you, because I'm not going to bring up a single person's profile and call anyone out. But if I'm speaking to you, I probably am. Right. Number one, it is unclear who you're trying to reach with your message. This is a big one, right? Now, most people think that then you just are supposed to put coaches and consultants, chiropractors at the top of the headline. But that's not what I'm saying. In fact, I almost never do that in my content. You have to think beyond just trying to post stuff on the internet and hope it finds its audience. You have to really understand, who am I actively trying to reach? Who is this person? What are they going through? You can think through the lens of niche and demographic, but more than that, I'm speaking to the idea of speaking to not just where people are at, but who people are trying to become. What is the outcomes they're looking for in their life? The more you obsess over understanding this for your audience, the easier it is to find those people when you speak. The second metaphor I want to share is something that I've come to often in our content sessions here, where it's the difference between megaphone and dog whistle. Most people think if they can be loud enough, then they will find their audience and they will get clients with their content. But it is not about having a megaphone and simply shouting into the ether of the internet. It is like a dog whistle. You want to create content that is deeply resonant and attractive and relevant to the right people and completely ignored by everyone else, just like a dog whistle where most of us cannot hear it. But dogs, like that frequency that the whistle is at, speaks directly to dogs. You want your content to be intentionally trying to reach a group of people. If you have not yet done that work, this is the foundation of content creation. You can do all of the rest I'm talking about. And if you ignore this, if you do not apply this idea of figuring out who you're trying to reach, everything else will be a waste. Number two, this is the thing that I viscerally feel when people ask me to check out their content and they're like, it's not working, and I scroll through, my emotion is boredom. It feels like everything has already been said. It feels like it's written by ChatGPT or whatever else. It's either lacking substance, which means it feels like you're saying what's already been said. And one of the most powerful content tips I've ever heard is say what only you can say. And I just linked a simple post that I did here yesterday. It's by no means this home run post, but I just talked about my experience in killing sales calls. I linked this because it's intimately linked with my story. This is my personality. This will turn some people away because some people go, dude, I want to build a sales team. I want to do sales calls. Sales calls are fine. Those people aren't my people. I'm looking for people who are deeply resonant with my story, which is why I'm saying what only I can say. You do not want to make the mistake of just trying to create vanilla content that is applying to everyone. You want to share what only you can share, say what only you can say, bring substance through your content so that the right people stick around and go, this was so helpful. This changed my belief around this. This gave me an insight I hadn't yet had before. Second thing is, it could just be lacking you. This is a huge challenge that I see people make. Problem that I see people face and challenge, mistake. That's the word I'm looking for. Mistake as he will make is that it's just lacking them. It's lacking anything of their personality, their interests, their hobbies, their convictions, their beliefs, their values. And your content isn't allowing us to get to know the real you. I audited someone today, does $30,000 to $40,000 a month, great business. And I went through and it was just business post, business post, business post, business post, without real insight into who they are. Are they married? Where do they live? What do they enjoy doing? People need to get to know you because they don't just buy what you do, they buy who you are. And so I think about it through the lens of you should be sharing hot takes and deeply held convictions. Your goal is not just controversy, but if you actually share what you really believe, it will be controversial to some. The goal is not to start arguments in the comments. The goal is to be unapologetically yourself. And then on a simple note, sharing hobbies and interests and things from your life, right? Who are you outside the computer screen? Who are you outside of Facebook land, Instagram land, LinkedIn land? The more insight you can give to who you are, what you're going through, the easier it is to get to know you at a deeper level. And I'll just give you a simple example here. This is by no means, again, a groundbreaking example. But if you scroll down here, right, I'm promoting a low ticket workshop. And then if you scroll up here, I'm talking about dengue fever, right? Two things that don't have anything in common except I'm going through both of them, right? Not dengue fever, but as in I'm promoting a low ticket workshop because that's what I'm running. And I'm talking about the sickness that I've been dealing with. It sounds funny, it sounds trivial, but this is the stuff that actually creates connection. It's when people get to see not just you wearing the expert hat, but you being the human that you are. The more that you can share these things, and I'll see if I can find anyone else, even just little things like this that generate conversations around here. I mean, this is kind of a life one, right? Going through here, right? This is another life one, right? I mean, look at that office. But you kind of get hopefully you get what I'm saying, where it's there's a lot of business stuff here, right? And then there's life stuff throughout that, right? And so I really even this, this isn't business related. This is just personality, what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing. So I hope you kind of get what I'm saying. And if you want to, you can literally go through my photos as well. Because when I share photos, typically when I'm sharing life stuff, firstly, this is a life thing right here. If you go to this post here, this was probably one of my most engaged posts of all time. It's about flying on a private jet for the first time. This has nothing to do with business outside of the experience that I'm having as a human being growing a business, and it got a ton of engagement. And so if you look through my photos here and you go to my photos, you'll see, even just sharing my office here, right? There are two types of entrepreneurs. But this is not about business as much as it seems. This is about personality. This is about who I am, right? And so when you go through here, you'll start to see a trend of there is business and there's life. And the more that you can share both, the easier it will be for your audience, your dream tribe, to resonate with you, right? I shared about how I got a hit piece written on me. Now, I could, of course, ignored it, right? If anything, the risk was it could have damaged my business, but instead it deepened the connection I have with my audience. So you want to be looking for opportunities to not just teach, to not just share what you know, but to share who you are. Next piece here. It's not consistent, right? This is self-explanatory, but you know I'm talking to you if this resonates. You're just not posting enough. Number 4, you're not making enough offers and there's no clear pathway to next steps. If people can follow you on social media for 30 days and they don't know you have a lead magnet or a mini VSL, they didn't hear about the low ticket workshop that you've got going on, they have no idea how to join a wait list or to work with you, you're making a mistake. You need to be making more offers. So, right, you need to promote your lead magnet, invite people to watch your mini VSL, invite people to your email list, sell tickets to your workshop, promote your wait list, and promote your main offer. Now, I'm going to talk about the next thing, which is you're making too many offers, but here is the key. You're making too many offers, asterisks, compared to the amount of value you're giving. Now, I'm going to make the screen big for this one because this is something I see often. When people are in scarcity, they turn every post into a please work with me post. And typically how the post goes is it's like all sizzle, no substance. There is not really much going on in the post. It's a couple of paragraphs and then it's DM me for info. And the problem with that is you are trying to withdraw more from the relational bank account that you have with your audience than you have deposited in. So the flip side of making too many offers is not necessarily making less and talking about what you do less. It's about making sure that you are contributing value. Of the 70-something videos that I've put on YouTube in the last year and a bit, there is only one video that has a call to action, right? And there is something to that. Now, I'm not saying never do promotion, right? But the way that I've used YouTube is it's my giving platform. On Facebook, it's different. But my point being is my overall relationship that I have with my audience is one where there is a lot of goodwill that is built up. Not everything is going to be a couple of paragraphs and then having a hook at the end. Please work with me, send me a DM, join the waitlist. You need to create substance. My good friend James Kemp, he makes an offer every single day, but he does it on the back of a highly valuable, well-written email. So even if you do something like that every day, his frequency works because he's making an offer every day, but he's also providing massive value every day. He's giving people insights. He's teaching. He's shifting beliefs. This is the ratio you really need to think about, is not how much is too much. Oh, I can't promote 3 times in a week. You can do whatever you want. You need to, though, get the ratio of give to invitation right, which means if you're inviting every day, you need to be giving value every single day. Think about it through the lens of, over the last 30 days, was there clear invitations and next steps provided to your audience? And if there wasn't, what can you do in this next coming month to improve upon that? Number 6. The answer isn't typically promote less, just give more. That got bumped down here, but you get the picture. It's lacking a unique angle or your own big ideas. This is a really key one, guys. We're going to do a training on this in a few weeks, or maybe when you're watching this video afterwards, it's already been done. But really, people who follow you don't understand how you can help them. This is really key. How you can help them is not just about the offer. It's not just about, I have a program, it's awesome, you should buy from me. You need to articulate your how, your message, your mechanism clearly. Think about it like this. If you were a health and fitness coach, or if you are a health and fitness coach, people need to understand your philosophy on dieting, on exercise. If they are a vegan and you promote carnivorous living, right? Eating freaking beef liver and oysters and steak, and that person finds themselves in your offer and they go, oh no, this is misaligned. That's a silly metaphor, but that's what a lot of us do, is that people don't reach out because they don't get the how behind what it is we teach. We might have great content, we might share a lot of our life, but there's no thread of big ideas that people can latch onto and go, oh, I want it like that. I want more of that. I want to get to 100K a month, 10K a month, lose 20 pounds, whatever it is. And I want to do it in the way that you're teaching. Second key here is don't try to be better, be different. I've been playing the better game for years. I did back in 2021, and people would be jumping on calls. How are you better than so-and-so? How does your offer differ from blah, blah, blah? And I would be like, well, we provide appointment settings. We do blah, blah, blah. I don't play that anymore. I just simply try to be different. So here's an example of some of my big ideas. The value creator model, right? The first thing is life first business design. Everything in my content comes from the perspective that your business should be built around your life and not the other way around. That is a unique angle that it has become a big idea in my world. Number 2, proximity offers, which is really talking about high ticket MRR. Number 3, content ecosystem, which is social, email, YouTube, funnel flow, talking about lead magnet, mini VSL, conversion events, teaching people top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, cold, warm, hot. Number 5, inbox income. And then I was just going to put number 6, in a game, which is not really like, I haven't made that a characterized like big idea with a sexy name, but it is a theme throughout all of my content. It is a reason why people follow me and why people work with me. Don't copy mine, find yours. And the way that you find yours is simply by putting out so many ideas that some of those ideas become bigger ideas and start to resonate. And then you start to circle back to those ideas again and again and again that form your unique mechanism, your unique method, your unique message, your unique how. Number 7, very tactical, ignoring your tribe. I replied to every message and comment for years, and only recently has it become too much to handle. One of the best ways to create engagement within your community is to reply to the engagement you have, whether it's a little or a lot. It's one of the ways that people will feel rewarded for commenting on your posts. Even if you have a small audience and people are liking, you can say, you can message someone, so glad to hear this post resonated with you, right? Take the time to answer questions, engage, answer messages. This is how it snowballs into having a lot of engagement and a tribe of raising fans. Number 8, only posting short and neglecting long. Really, really key point. Trust is built through time spent consuming your content. We typically wrongly measure the time it takes for someone to go from cold to sold in time elapsed chronologically, right? Days, weeks, months. Oh, it's going to be a few months, few weeks, whatever it is. Complete BS. Doesn't exist, right? There is no time that I have found in all of my work and all of the work I've done with coaches as to be like the sweet spot of time elapsed. What it really is about time consuming your stuff. And so if you take a Twitter style approach, whether you're literally on the platform Twitter or X, or whether you're just simply posting lots of short content, what you're creating for yourself is a strained journey for the prospect to go through, because they're going to have to consume so much content to get to the point where they feel like they can trust you. One of the ways that you speed that up is by posting more long content. No, I'm not saying you've got to upload a YouTube video a day unless you want to. I'm not saying you've got to write a full-blown blog or article every day. What I'm saying is throughout your content cadence, there should be multiple times a week where people can go deeper. Some of my posts are long, right? And I intentionally write them from the perspective of trying to add as much value as possible. If we take this one, for example, this is probably one that has gotten, I probably wrote the wrong thing, but let me find this here. This one got a lot of engagement and a lot of feedback, and you'll see why in a second. Let me see if I can find this here. 100K a month profit. This is how the sausage is made, guys. Let's find it. Oh my gosh. I think it's got an image attached. You know what? I really want to bring this up because it is worth sharing. This is what long form written looks like for me. It's not always this big. It's not always this well thought out, but it is very intentional. Oh, damn. You know what? I think it is. Here we go. This one here. So look at this. So 70 comments. Like the comments here are very good, right? People seem to really resonate with this. You scroll down here. This is long form written. Now, this took me a couple of days to write. I'm not saying all of your posts should look like this. What I'm saying is posts like this make you money because people consume it and they get to know you faster. So rather than having to consume 15 short pieces of content, they sat down for 20 minutes and they read my freaking thing. And because of that, I generated leads, I signed clients, because I sped up the time it took for people to trust me by putting out longer form content. And then of course we have YouTube, which if you look at the 70 plus videos that I have had, they range in time. So there is no set. When I say long form, don't think it's like it has to be 10 minutes or 15 minutes. It is a range. But if we look here, right, 26 minutes, an hour, 33, 16, 34, 156, 50, 7, 29, 49, 15, 110, 10, 146, 35. You get the picture. There is dozens and dozens and dozens of hours of content. That is what allows people to build trust with me faster. So if you're only prioritizing short content, the time it'll take your audience to grow, to trust you will take far too long, and the ability to know your new big ideas will be strained. Prioritize long form, written, and or video. It could be as simple as Facebook Lives. Whatever works for you, allow people to go deeper with you by spending more time in your content. 9, there's no insight into your offer. This is a big one. Do people know what you offer? Do people know that you do done for you? You're a one-to-one, you do group, you have a low ticket membership. This is very, very important. And you can do this through number one, sharing social proof, right? The periods that I have grown the fastest, I've shared the most social proof. Like I'm talking as fast as it's coming in. You might not have stacks of social proof, but of what you have, share it. Number two, there's a lack of presentation of the type of offer you have. Again, you can link this into all of your content, right? The reason I love one-to-one group coaching and the reason I've prioritized that over one-to-one is it allows clients to be more self-responsible. Or the reason I prioritize one-to-one coaching is I love providing hands-on help in XYZ. The more insight you can give into your offer, the more you give people a picture of if they were to go further down your funnel, what is that going to look like? So you need to be providing insight into what you actually do. What is it called? How long is it? What does it do? I'm not talking about putting in every post a freaking pitch fest, but what I'm saying is bring insight into what you offer so people know exactly what you do. And then number 10, the last one here is too structured or too flexible, right? This is very, very important. This game is one of self-awareness, know thyself. So for me, I do not plan any of my content, right? I don't follow a content calendar. I never have. There have been seasons where I've batch created content, where I've created 4 videos in a day that then become the videos over the next 4 weeks. But I do not follow a schedule where I wake up and go, today is X day. I know that if on Friday I'm running a workshop, then I should probably get going and posting something on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, but I don't like structure in that way. It does not serve me to be at my most creative and my most consistent. The mistake you could be hearing in what I'm saying is that you shouldn't plan. But what you need to do is find what liberates you to be your most creative and your most consistent. It is not about emulating me or anyone else. It's about finding the thing that works for you by testing, tweaking, becoming self-aware, and finding what feels like the most flow to you. So hopefully that helps. This is the content cadence that I would follow to get to 10 to 100K a month. Now you might be thinking that's a big range, and it's because you really don't have to change all that much to go from 10 to 100. You just need to do it over a longer period of time. So, number one, social. Pick one main social channel. You can redistribute, you can have your VA cut stuff up if that's like easy enough for you, but pick one main social channel. You do not need 3, you don't need 27, one main social channel. Daily posts on social channel. You might be asking, is that 5 days a week? Is that 7 days a week? Pick one, doesn't matter. I'm talking about consistency. Also, sometimes 2 days a week. Don't get into this rhythm of like, I've already posted today, I'll post this thing tomorrow. If it's in flow and you want to post it, freaking post it. I post sometimes like 4 or 5 times a day. There are no rules. It's just about being consistent, right? It can be like a well thought out business one and then like a random life one, right? As you're creating content, think about whether these topics link well to assets you already have. So one of the most powerful tools you have in all of your content is a PS at the end, right? Valuable piece of well thought out content. PS, if you want to go deeper on this topic, I've got a video training that'll link in the comments, or if it's an email, then you directly link it, right? That's how I think about social. Email. Take best business posts from social channel and send to email. And I would aim for at least 3 times a week. There's no rule around here. You can do 5, you can do 6, you can do 2, but be consistent. The more you post, the easier it is to get clients. And then add a super signature. I learned that from Taki. And at the end of your email, at the end of every email, you can have next steps outlined. Especially email is very, very good for this. Here are some ways that I can help, right? Link to a lead magnet, link to the mini VSL, link to the waitlist, link to the offer. And every email you can do this. And you can even do this in socials as well, but just try not to put the links in the social posts because it will likely make the reach go down, which is why we always put it in the comments. YouTube, at least once a week. Promote it on every channel you have. So the moment you release a video, it's on stories, it's an email, it's on your news feed. YouTube is just so underrated. The more YouTube videos you can crank out, the better. So start with 1, and if you feel like you can do 2, do 2, and just find your rhythm because it really, really works. Low ticket workshops. I would not be running free workshops. I don't believe in them. I just don't see the value unless you have a massive audience with which if you get 1,000 people to register and only 1, 2, or 3% convert, that's still a really high number. All of you should be running low ticket paid workshops or releasing paid products, either like it's a mini course or it's a challenge or it's a one-time workshop or a 2-day workshop, or you're packaging modules into something that's like an exclusive access thing. I would be doing this 1 to 2 times a month. I haven't seen it be really sustained with smaller audiences under 20, 30,000 weekly. You can try it, but 1 to 2 times a week, it's very, very effective. And then promote it 5 to 7 days leading up to live or release. I'll put /release because obviously if it's pre-recorded, it's just a release with price increase on day of workshop or release of product. So that's how you create urgency and scarcity. I don't like the idea of not selling it ongoing. I think it's a great asset that if you can sell it 3 months from now, that's awesome. But the way you create urgency and scarcity is with a price increase. Core offer, once a month. Again, this is just what I would do. Once a month, open X spots for your core offer. How many spots are enough? Find a number you can confidently hit. It's different for everyone, and it might even be different from month to month. What you don't want to be doing is on the 30th of the month trying to be filling the last spot because you want to create supply and demand. So if you can fill them in 1 to 2 weeks and then the rest of the time say, I'm full, you create more authority in your market, and then you have time to build a wait list. So when it's open, promote it daily, even if it's just a PS at the end of your posts and emails and stories. When it's open, everyone in your audience should know about it. And then lastly, waitlist. When your core offer isn't open, promote your waitlist a few times a week, even if it's just a PS at the end of the emails and stories, or it can be its own standalone post. There's no rules here, but when your core offer is closed and your waitlist is open, promote it at least a few times a week. I don't think it's a daily promotion for 3 weeks, but I think making sure that people know they can join your waitlist if they're enjoying your content is a very, very powerful tool. So I've covered a lot. The key here is to find the handful of things that you feel like I'm speaking directly at you with. This content game is a game of skill. The strategic part is actually relatively easy. I can tell anyone like, hey, if you post on this day and do 1 YouTube video a week and send 3 emails a week, I can tell anyone that. And then even if 100 people do it, the results are going to vary so dramatically, not because of the strategy, but because of the skill. How self-aware are they? How much have they found their voice? How targeted are they in the people they're trying to reach? How dialed in are they in their unique message and mechanism? And then how well are they following these mistakes or doing the opposite of these mistakes to ensure success? Last thing I want to mention is just a content audit. You need to get really good at auditing your content rather than creating a model where you constantly feel like someone else has to tell you where you can work and improve. We're happy to do that, but it starts with you getting really good at observing your content through the lens of a prospect. And so this is just a quick framework that you can literally choose a platform and you can go like Facebook, and then you can count the total number of posts, and right away you might go, I posted 5 times. This is the area to work on. And then obviously in our content training, I talk about the 4 types of content: teach, show, share, give. Teach is about sharing what you know. Show is about showing, I'm using all the same words. Teach is your expert knowledge. Show is really about proof and what's going on inside of your offer and more about your offer. Share is sharing who you are, and giving is giving people next steps, right? So going through here, and then just completely subjectively, how was engagement over the last week based on your own metrics? Don't compare yourself to me or to an influencer. Just based on the last 30 days, is it gone down? Is it going up? Is it the best it's ever been? Give yourself a score. Do it for the different platforms. Then lastly, I just realized how fast I'm talking. I'm just so pumped. I'm fired up. Ask yourself these questions. What types of content do you major on? What do you neglect? Does your content position you as an expert or authority? Do you look like someone who can get results? Very important question. Are you talking about stuff your audience cares about? Would your ideal client feel they really understand me? That is when the sale is made, not when people understand you, but when they feel you understand them. What did you feel you got right? What do you need to work on? Most important question, would you follow you? If you were honest, many of you would look at your content and already know where you are missing it. Oh my gosh, my content is so boring. There is no value here. No wonder no one is wanting to work with me or DMing me and coming in as hot leads. All of this is a science and a skill set. It is both principles and it's art. Your job is to merge the two to find the thing that works for you in reaching the unique tribe with your unique message. So I'm hoping this video has been helpful. Feel free to drop any questions below, and I'll catch you around.